Welcome back to Face the State. I'm Arianna Bennett. Thank you for keeping it here. I am back with John Parel with DETR and Milt Stewart with Nevadaworks. We are continuing our discussion of Nevada's changing workforce and now kind of pivoting to, okay, we know there are these jobs open, we know there are these job seekers. How do we match the job seekers with the jobs and make sure that they succeed in that, getting that employment? And this is where Nevadaworks comes in, and you literally, for free, train people to do the jobs that are growing right now.
Absolutely, and so it's that's really a function of knowing what employers are looking for, like I mentioned before, and then when folks come in, really right now we're at a point where we're trying to keep that level of engagement low, and what I mean by that is we don't want people to self-select out and say and hear, oh, here's the eligibility and here's all the criteria and whatnot. So collectively, we are basically asking for name, rank, and serial number, and then we're reaching out and we're saying, here's what's available. How can we help? Part of the process is also suitability, right? And so we don't want to train somebody for widget making if that's not their interest or they don't have any aptitudes for that. So we do some assessments to make sure, okay, are we in the right ballpark here, and is that person going to be successful? And once we've established all that, we have a whole litany of training programs that are out there, hundreds of training programs that are out there to match the job market, right? The job postings that are out there, and give those folks the training. But also, it takes more than just the education, right? It takes, some folks may need transportation assistance to get to, if they have to go on site for training, or childcare assistance, or help with.
And that's stuff that you provide?
It is things that we have available. We're going to talk about this in a second, but this employee NV network that we have, that both Nevadaworks and DETR are a part of. But really, it's important for folks to understand that we're trying to make them successful, and we're trying to meet the needs of businesses. And it's not as simple as saying, here's here's your tuition money, good luck. We actually help them along the way as well. And so one of the models that Nevadaworks has developed is a navigator model. So it's a mentor type model where we have some throughout the region, and we have them in those communities throughout our region, where these folks, these navigators are able to assist these folks. And sometimes it's support, right? And it's hey, you can do this, right? And some people need that. So we just want to make sure we're meeting those folks where they are and providing them with the services that they need. And we do that through this Employee NV Hub network. And so your viewers may remember them as Job Connect offices. And Nevadaworks and the local boards in partnership with DETR rebranded those, and I'll let John talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so just kind of stepping a little bit back, say you're a job seeker and you've been online and you've been doing the thing that everyone does, looking for what's available and maybe spinning your wheels a bit because it is overwhelming. The alternative here is they can physically come to you anywhere in northern Nevada, because you've got hubs everywhere, and you can meet with a human being, you can tell them your skills, and they will work to match you with something that is suitable or get you into a training program that'll get you where you need to be?
Absolutely, yes.
If I can just, we recognize that for many people, when they've lost their job or looking for a job, they're at the lowest point in their lives many times. And so that human interaction, coming into a hub, talking to the folks and the staff, all the partners that are there, meeting those folks and saying, look, we can help you, we got this, here's what's available. Online is great, and we have employeenv.gov that for those folks that want to do it from the comfort of their home. But it's important, and we recognize that, and so that we have that human interaction throughout the region. And then John will do it.
So the career hubs, we have employee NV career hubs and business hubs. We have 46 of them throughout the state. And my suggestion, obviously, if somebody's looking for work, go there. We know it is, as Milt said, they're probably one of the lowest points of their lives. And so having a second pair of eyes to look at your resume, and these hubs, our career counselors can look at this and say, okay, you may need some short-term training. If you're looking for a whole different career, you can have a little bit of long-term training. But the beauty of these hubs, as Milt touched on, is this is a partnership. We have we have partners in the background, and the reason we wanted to co-brand is that that shouldn't be a problem for a job seeker. We don't care where the funding is coming from. They just need help, and they need help getting work, right? And so whether they need training, short-term, long-term, or whether they're ready to go and just looking for a job within the industry or with their skill set, we'll help them, right?
Yeah.
And so these hubs are there, and if you go online, yes, you can do that route, you can go that route, but having that one-on-one person, an extra set of eyes, it helps, and probably go further.
Yeah, it was interesting during the break you were mentioning some of the cool features that you have, like optimizing someone's resume so that it makes it through the AI screen,
Right.
which is not something that most of us would ever think about, but you have specialists who know exactly what needs to be in there so that you make it through that first layer of
Correct.
security. And then also some of the soft skills training. So you mentioned how to operate in an interview, how to behave in a workplace environment, how to handle constructive criticism, all that stuff that, man, I mean, it'd be so nice for, I think all of us who work in an office environment are like, yeah, these are skills we all need, right?
Well, you think of an application, and that the application is going to get me the job. No, the application is there to screen you out because they have hundreds of other applicants that are probably just as qualified, right? So what are you going to bring? How are you going to stand out? Those are the things that it helps with somebody else helping you look at your interview, ask you good questions, prepare you, get you ready, and it's a different world. And if you haven't applied for a job or looked for a job in years, I suggest you go in one-on-one and maybe take some of those classes, the soft skills classes that we have as well. So
Yeah, and there's
interview.
no age restriction,
No.
no income restriction or anything like that. The jobs that you feature too, do you have requirements for pay level or anything, or is it a whole range?
We cover everything the whole gamut. Even had a couple of MD positions that we posted for local, clinics, and so yeah, it's from entry level all the way up to professional level, right? So, I think the biggest thing that we do is that we post jobs. We work with businesses, and as Milt mentioned earlier, we start there. We know what they're looking for, all the way down to the culture of the company, right? And then when you talk to our counselors, they'll know all that information and they'll pass it along to you and say, is that a good fit, right? So as Milt touched on, it's not just whether you want that job so you can get a paycheck, it's are you going to have a career there, a happy career?
Yeah. Okay, well, we just have a couple minutes left. For anyone watching this who is job seeking or knows someone who is, what is your best advice for approaching this? Where can they get all the information they need?
So the online employeenv.gov is the main entry point. Nevadaworks, nevadaworks.com, we can assist as well. And then we have multiple, as John mentioned, we have multiple locations throughout the state and in Northern Nevada as well. We're also expanding that footprint. We are in the process of relocating the Sparks office to Oddie Boulevard. And there's a couple other projects that we have going on to really amplify this and ensure that there are places for folks to go. We're also strengthening the navigator model that we talked about, and then we talk about people wanting to come in person, but there's still a virtual aspect to this, so we're really expanding what that virtual aspect looks like as well.
Okay, just about 30 seconds left. Any final message before we go?
The first youth hub is going into that Audi place as well, so in Northern Nevada. So.
And you also serve other places, rural areas.
Rural areas,
so
yes.
no one's excluded if you're not
Elko,
in a metro hub.
Ely, Fallon, Fernley now.
Yeah.
So, yes.
All right. So worth looking into if you need a little help or even just to make it a little easier. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, and if we're not the organization, we're going to get you the organizations that
Just come in.
that'll help you.
Just come in.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, that is it for this episode of Face the State. But for more information or to see past episodes, you can head to our website. That's 2news.com. Thank you so much for being with us. We'll see you next week.